So what's it feel like?
So it feels crazy. It feels crazy to think that a million people, like in various parts of the world, have seen this talk now, have heard my story. And I often think of like our big arenas and sports venues and what it would feel like to be in like the biggest packed sports arena, in the world that houses like 100,000 people. And it's like 10 arenas of people, have seen this talk. So it's just crazy to think about and fathom. And on top of that, it feels good, I would say, because what I set out to do, I feel like I accomplished to an extent. Really, the goal was to empower people and to let people know that if they so choose, they have way more control over their health and life than we have traditionally been led to believe, and are currently being led to believe. And I think that's really relevant in today's times. And I've gotten so many messages over the past couple of years of people that have, got off of medications, that have lost a bunch of weight, that have healed from various different issues, things they were told they couldn't heal from. And then just people that have added more plants into their diet and see more energy or better sleep or just some stuff like that. So it's crazy. It's still crazy to me, but it feels good that, what I set out to do, I feel like I've accomplished, and I hope it reaches, 100 more arenas.
What's the takeaway from all this?
I think the takeaway is that you are one call, you are one message, you are one talk, you are one opportunity away from changing your life. I got this call to do this talk 2 weeks before the scheduled event, and I don't know this for certain, but I'm quite sure somebody way more important than me canceled, and I was kind of the backup option, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And I thank myself that I didn't let fear get in the way, and I took advantage of that opportunity. So it's one call, and here we are. Prior to that, not many people knew my story, other than kind of my small local circle. And one call later, and 2 years later, here we are, and millions of people have seen it. So, one call away, one opportunity away. And on the health front, you're one decision away, you're one commitment away, you're one choice away. Like, I'm sitting here today, and I was able to give this talk about my experience because of one decision I made, and that was to change my breakfast to a green smoothie, and here we are. So no matter what you're going through on a health front, maybe you're in a health situation now, or maybe you've been working towards something for years and it still feels so far away. I think it's empowering to know that, like, you're one call away, you're one meeting away, you're one decision away, and everything can change pretty quick.
Any advice for people who want to share their story?
Yeah, I don't know if it's specifically advice, but I would just say that your story is worth sharing. Like, I think a lot of us think our experiences and our life experiences, like, there's no value in them. Little old me and like my story and my experience, like, can't reach people or can't impact people or isn't powerful enough or whatever. And, I'm sitting here today as proof that your story does matter and it's worth sharing. And on top of that, if I listen to the people that told me, I can't say this about heart disease, or I shouldn't talk about animals, or, I shouldn't do or say all these things, again, I wouldn't be here. So I would simply say that your story is worth sharing, and don't get discouraged if people don't agree with it, because no matter what you say, people aren't going to agree with you. And just have the courage to tell it, and know that there is someone somewhere. It may not be a million people, but it may be, 2 people that relate to it or can take some value from it and improve their lives.
Anything for the haters?
Well, as we say here in Boston, go fuck yourself. But no, the haters. I always like say I get this question a lot, and I've had some fun like on social media with the haters and stuff and sharing comments. And but I always like to say like I used to be one of the haters. Like I used to have like limiting thoughts around health and around food, and I used to absolutely hate on people for many of the things like I said in this talk. So the haters, remind me of where I was years ago. And I think, if you're somebody that puts out content or shares your story, like I was saying, like haters are inevitable. And I think they're a reminder of, where you once were and how far you've come. And yeah, again, to tie it back to the previous one, don't let it discourage you. And I love the haters, and that just means our stories are worth sharing, and there's more work to do and more people to reach. And so yeah, embrace the haters. So yeah, and to wrap up, I just want to thank everybody who's watched it, who shared it, who's commented on it, who sent it to a loved one. And also to thank Tammy Lamenzo, who organized the event here, and for me, was that call, was that opportunity. So thank you to everybody for being a part of it, and let's get to 10 million.